Hello, first place SBCE Tech Fair winners. I am excited to see you continue on to the next phase of this competition, which is the Fulton County Technology Fair that will take place Saturday, January 27th at Westlake High School, which is about an hour away down in Atlanta, just so you're aware. This presentation will help you hopefully answer any questions that you have and show you the website where you can find this information on your own. If you go to the tag website, which if you just Google SBCE tag, or it's sbcetag.weebly.com, you go down to the Technology Fair page, and this first link right here under the Fulton County Technology Fair is where I am. So I'm going to go over a couple specifics. If you look at the Rubrics and Additional Resources tab, the parent consent form is what you have already submitted to me. I have everyone registered and ready to go. We are simply awaiting your specific judging time. The project submission form was attached on the emails that I've sent, and that will need to be filled out and brought to the Tech Fair, but you do not send that to me. And that's just making sure that the work is the students' efforts and if there's any written permissions. So if you used music that's copyrighted or something like that, make sure that you have received permission for that. In addition, under this same tab are all of the rubrics. I highly, highly recommend that you look at the rubric. These are the same rubrics that were used during the State Bridge Tech Fair. But it is a good way, for mobile apps here, it's a good way to see specifically what your project category is, and then to see how different parts are weighted. So for example, 30% is going to be whether or not your project meets its intended purpose. So did all of the elements work together to serve the intended purpose? And for mobile apps specifically, it talks about how the app has a well-stated purpose, a description, and an intended audience. The user interface is visually appealing and intuitive, and it utilizes some device peripherals such as the microphone, accelerometer, GPS, camera, or other components. And so you are allowed to adjust your project as you see fit. It just still needs to fit very neatly into the category that you are in. All right, I'm also going to talk about the frequently asked questions. This page is fantastic. It gives you a lot of wonderful information. This talks about the registration, which I've done for you, and information about how the Georgia Tech Fair, which is if you win first place at the county level, you'll be moving on to the Georgia Tech Fair. They go ahead and have you register for that. That information is not yet available, but I will be sending that out as soon as I get it. So you will be getting a number once you register on the state database, and you'll need to bring that page with you to the Fulton Tech Fair when you check in. All of this stuff is the same, 2 students max per team, etc. So time frame, what time do you need to be there? You will receive a judging appointment time. They have not been released yet. I expect them potentially in the next few days. You must check in at least 30 minutes before your appointment time. There is no changing or trading of times. So please be prepared, since we don't have your judging windows just yet, please be prepared to be available between 8 and 3. We don't have anybody in the Tech Programming Challenge. That's for middle schoolers and high schoolers. So for judging, each entrant is allotted a maximum of 15 minutes. This includes viewing a portion of the finished project and the interview. So I highly recommend that all students prepare some sort of a presentation, just a verbal presentation, but practicing how they want to explain what they've done, how they created their project, any potential problems that they overcame during this project, how they came up with the idea, and then be prepared to answer different questions. So the team competition, is it separate or are they judged together? As it's done at the state level, in categories where teams are permitted, the teams and individuals compete against each other, similarly to how we did it at State Bridge. Do you have to remain at the Tech Fair all day? No, you do not. They will have 2 separate ceremonies, award ceremonies. We are expecting them to be around 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, but we don't have that confirmed just yet. You don't have to stay for the award ceremony if you don't want to. Ms. Shifley and I will be there, and we will be tweeting out and emailing the results. So stay if you can. We'd love to get a picture. We'd love to celebrate with everybody. But if you can only stay for your judging window, that's totally fine. So the awards will be given for first, second, and third place in each category. If you don't plan to attend the award ceremony, Ms. Shifley or I can pick up your award, and if for some reason something gets missed there, they simply send it to the school. So it'll arrive at State Bridge through the interoffice mail. So all projects within a category in the same grade grouping will be judged by the same set of judges. So that means 3rd and 4th grade are grouped together, so they'll be judged by the same judges, and then 5th and 6th grade are grouped together. This is important. How are the winning projects determined? So teams of 2 judges interview each participant for no more than 15 minutes. If the project is longer than 5 minutes, the judges will view just a portion. So if your project is bigger, there's longer than 5 minutes, or it'll take you longer than 5 minutes to show it, I want you to very carefully select the best part. You want to really be showcasing the best part. The judges use the rubric that I showed you earlier, and then they have suggested questions to evaluate each project. After completing the judging of all projects in a category, the judges will rank the projects. The decisions of the judges are final, and no judging results will be changed. Let's see. You cannot see the judging materials after it's over. This kind of explains why they don't post project examples. Adults can help with the project, but it's really important that the work is done by the student. Any help should be to assist in the creation of the project, and the judges expect a student to explain any aspect of a project's function. So any buttons, any features, etc. Similarly to the State Bridge one. Okay. Now let's move on to any particular judging questions. So I think this page is particularly important. All projects will be judged on the following criteria. So originality, clarity, meaning was the presentation clear? Appropriateness, was the technology and software used appropriately matched? And design, does the overall design support the project's purpose? At the time of judging, students will be required to first demonstrate their project, demonstrate an understanding of the software and how it relates to the project, explain different aspects of the creation of the project, defend their choice of software, so why did you choose to use this program over something else, and then answer the judging questions. This will take no more than 15 minutes. So the winning projects are determined essentially using the rubrics, but just keep in mind this goes over the specifics of how they do not watch a project that's longer than 5 minutes because they need time to have you explain and to answer questions. All right. If you have any further questions after viewing all of this information on the Tech Fair website, please send me an email at garrettson@fultonschools.org, and I will do my very best to answer any questions you might have. I am so excited for all of you, and I can't wait to see you on the 27th at Westlake High School.